It must frustrate you as much as it frustrates me that they have managed to acquire and maintain this image as the party of fiscal discipline, fiscal responsibility, balanced budgets, the party that cares about debt, all the while being the presidents, Reagan, Bush, Trump, who add more to the debt than anyone else.
It's so frustrating. Look, I think the Republicans realized in the Bush administration, there was a quote that floated around: "Deficits don't matter."
Yeah.
Right. And let's make that precise. What they're really saying is, when Republicans are presidents,
yes,
deficits don't.
And when
matter.
the deficits are caused by tax cuts, not spending bills, they don't matter.
Exactly. Now let's ask, how did those two things come to coexist in our politics? Tax cuts, but you can portray yourself as a fiscal hawk. Well, there was a theory by the economist Arthur Laffer that came out of the 1970s, famous meeting between Laffer, Dick Cheney, and Donald Rumsfeld during the Gerald Ford tax debate, in which Laffer drew a curve on a napkin at a restaurant. And the argument was basically, the more you cut taxes, the more you will stimulate economic growth, the more tax revenue through that growth will be generated, and therefore tax cuts are allegedly deficit and debt neutral. Now, we've lived through 40 plus years of seeing that not be the case. And you have to ask the question, well, why is that not the case? And I think part of the answer is, if you cut taxes for the super wealthy who have a disproportionate share of the wealth, they are less likely to quickly spend it to stimulate the economy than if you provide tax relief or other benefits to people who desperately need the money to survive, who are going to spend it immediately. So one reason the Laffer curve doesn't work is because of the way the tax cuts are structured. Going back to that idea, a Santa Claus for billionaires and the wealthy, not much for the rest of us.